So today is our final day here in Bohol. We are leaving and we've got quite a journey today actually. So we have just checked out of our hotel that we have been staying at over the last week. So we've been here for 7 days now, and now it is time to move on to our next journey. So we're heading from Bohol to Cebu. We're getting, I think it's like a 45-minute cab from here to the pier. We have not bought our tickets, so we're hoping that we can get some tickets at the pier, and then it's a 2-hour ferry from Bohol to Cebu, and then I think it's about another hour to our accommodation. So it's going to be a long journey day, but we're not getting a flight, so that is a bonus. And for a lot of this we're just winging it and doing it. Like I said, we haven't bought any tickets, we haven't scheduled a cab, so let's just see how winging a journey like this goes, and whether it's going to be super stressful, whether actually it's not that deep and you don't need to pre-plan everything. So let's go try and find a cab just outside the accommodation and see whether we can hail one or whether we'll have to use Grab. So Grab on the island is actually very new. Apparently they've only had it for about a month from filming this, so this is November 2024. It's worked out much cheaper. We've used it a couple of times and it's worked out much cheaper than trying to get a tuk-tuk or one of the larger buses on the island. So we're going to try our luck again with Grab, and if not, we'll see if we can hail and if the prices are comparable. So let's get to the main road. We have made it into a Grab car. It was quite uneventful booking one, using the app, and then within like less than 10 minutes he was here. So we're in the cab now heading to the pier. I think it's maybe another 20-30 minute drive to get there, and then from there we'll be buying our tickets and then heading onto the boat hopefully. So let's go through the process of booking some tickets at the pier. So far so good, so far pretty uneventful journey. So we have made it to the ticket office here in Bohol. It's one person at a time, so we've just gone in to buy some tickets. Tickets are 800 pesos per person from here to Cebu, and it's all inclusive, like the kids and the adults are the same price, so there's no kids fee. So we have bought the tickets and we are on the way. Just as a recap, we have spent 517 pesos so far on a cab, and then 800 pesos each for the train ticket. Not too sure on the conversions into pound, but I can put those on the screen on what we've spent so far. Still no clue as to what we're going to do once we get off of the boat, but we are walking towards the boat right now. I don't think it's that ginormous one over there. I don't know whether you can see it on the screen, but the one all the way down there, I do not think it's that one. I also have no idea where we're meant to be going, so I'm hoping it becomes really obvious when we get there, but we do know it's in this general direction, I think. Oh, I can see a sign actually. Look at these houses on stilts. It always gets me when I see stuff like this, because I'm like, how did they build it? When did they build it? I don't know whether the blues are coming across, but it's really blue, like not murky water. I can see into the stones. So it says passengers this way, so I guess we're heading here. Departures and stuff are all the way over there. We've got maybe, hello, 40 minutes till we get on. Yeah, I think my husband has it. So you'll find this a lot in the Philippines, is the people are actually so lovely and they don't mind being recorded, and they're actually such a pleasure to be around and be with. But we're going to do this whole long walk to, I'm guessing, wherever the ferries are, and then I'll check back in once we're closer. Found the Holy Grail, and it's the one thing that I was hoping that we look for, because we are basic and I don't know why I don't buy more local, but we're here. There's a 7-Eleven right outside of where you need to check in for the terminal. So if you are ever doing this trip, bear in mind that you don't need to lug like 1,000 different lunches, waters, whatever, there is a 7-Eleven right next door. So we're going to head in and go and get some waters, some drinks. The boat ride is 2 hours long and the time now is just before 1 p.m. So we are probably going to get the kids some sandwiches and some things that they can have for lunch so that they can eat on the boat. So we don't have long left. We're going to run in and get some lunch. So we have paid the terminal fee of 30 pesos per person. We've checked in, we've checked our luggage in, which you can do as well. So the last part, you don't need to be walking with your big bags. We've kept 2 bags with us, but these are the bags that have some of the diabetes stuff, so we normally keep that with us. We are now getting a visual of the boat. The view, the water looks sensational. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's so clear. So it's really, really beautiful. We're now queuing up to board the boat. The boat itself is actually massive. And there's a queue going. I'll show you our seats when we get onto the boat, but you can even see the fish here. I don't even know what those are. I've never seen those before in my life. What are they? They're not snakes, they look like snakes. But yeah, like I said, we're queuing to board. We're gonna try and get on as quickly as we can and see what our seats look like, because we have no idea if we're at the top or at the bottom. So with this boat, there are 3 different seat types. I think there's the open air, which is at the top. There is the tourist, which is somewhere in the middle. It's the air-con room. And then there's business class, but I saw the business class and I don't think it's worth paying extra for. The business is 1,200, but I didn't see anything that was worth paying that much for. So we're just going to board the boat now. So we are in the middle seats. There are like 5 people seats, so we might be sitting with people. But this is how the downstairs bit looks. So we are actually in the air-conned room at the bottom. I'm gonna go and take a look at the other parts of the boat as well. I think these are our seats. This row? Yeah, this row. Thank you. They have sea marshals. And dogs. Wow, they do have more security than bloody airports here. I'm imagining audio is gonna suck, but this is the open air tickets, which I think we are going to come and make use of, because it's actually not as hot as I thought up here. And we are downstairs and it is quite cramped down there, because I'm guessing everyone wanted aircon. But the good thing about having seats there is, if these aren't occupied, like literally any one of these here, then we can go up and down as we please. So I'm going to go and find my seat and then end up back sitting here, because I'm thinking it's a bit vibey. So let's go find some more seats. I think they're about to play a movie. It's a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I don't know if that's the new Ghostbusters. Oh my god, it's actually playing. Okay, what a vibe. So far the experience has been really, really good. So we left the house, got the grab, we came here, bought the ticket, walked to the terminal, paid the terminal fee, checked in our bags and then boarded the flight. We've not seen any drama, any issues. Everything has been really, really well organised. Even now, the fact that they're playing a whole bloody video, they're playing a whole bloody film on the boat is actually so funny. Not funny, but it's amazing, I think I meant to say. So it's going to be a 2-hour boat journey, but I don't think we're going to spend the whole 2 hours here. I am baking hot, so I'm going to let myself cool down, and then I'm going to head upstairs once the boat starts moving and there's a bit of air, and just watch the scenery and the scenic view. I know that we do go over a bridge, which is one of the largest bridges in the Philippines, I think, and it's meant to be really, really beautiful, so I will be upstairs for that. And just like that, it's see you later, Bohol. Thank you for having us. We have set sail. As promised, I did come back upstairs because it is a much nicer vibe. There's hardly anyone up here, so a lot emptier than downstairs, and because the sun has hidden away, like there's a really nice cool breeze. You can see from that lady's hair how breezy it is. So I think I'm gonna do the majority of this journey up here, enjoying the wind and enjoying the time on the sea. I will check back in when we get over to the bridge, because I've heard that's phenomenal, so I will check back in and show you guys the bridge, and then we'll just carry on with the journey as is. Over on that side. Have no idea how many meters it is or how long, but it is a friggin' long bridge, and it's pretty beautiful. So I think this almost concludes our boat journey today. It seems like we're slowing down and the port is probably just behind this bridge, so I give it about another 5-10 minutes and we will be there at the port, and then when we get to the port it's a whole other thing of trying to find a cab to get to our accommodation, but let's first deal with this and get off of this boat. So we've just gotten to the end of where you exit from, and I think that door with all of the taxi cabs is where you essentially exit. It's quite chaotic here, and you can see. Thank you. Sorry, I'm with them. Sorry. Thank you. We are in our cab on our way to our hotel in Cebu. We've arrived safely. We pretty much got off the boat and then just ordered a grab straight there. It came within 3-4 minutes. So again, no hassle, no fuss. We didn't have to barter at the gate of the ferry. We just walked through, ordered the grab as we were walking, and met it on the curb. I think there is probably about a 15-minute journey left until we get to the hotel, but it's our third mode of transport of the day, and so far so good. There's been no hassle, no muss, no fuss. We left our accommodation at, I want to say 11:45, and the time now is 3:22, which sounds like a really long travel day, but remember the ferry itself was 2 hours long, so it wasn't a on-off thing. So far so good. So I will give you guys a tour of the accommodation that we have booked. It was really affordable. I think we paid £232 for 7 nights. Location, it had a really high score on booking.com. One thing that I've noticed so far is with booking all of these accommodations, location is key. I would rather have a rubbish room and a better location than a better room and a rubbish location, because you spend so much time and energy and money trying to get to places and get to the centre, or go and find something to eat is always such a hassle, because you've got to actually find somewhere on a map and then head in. So we have started to prioritise actual location of hotels versus the quality, but I think this one should be okay. Like I said, it's affordable, price is good, it had good reviews and good location reviews as well, so I will give you a tour once we get there in about 10 minutes. So as promised, here is a view of what we have rented here in Cebu. So just a sofa, you've got a table, basic setup for kitchen and a pretty decent sized fridge, and then some cabinets and pretty much things that you need like plates, kettle. You've got a stove there and various other things. You've got 2 bedrooms and what I can only describe as the largest store cupboard I've ever seen in any room or hotel. Honestly, it's wasted space, but who are we to tell them what to do? And then there is a toilet, pretty basic setup, shower, toilet, sink, mirror, blah blah blah. You get the gist. So a standard toilet. And then we've got the single bedroom here, which again is a pretty decent size actually. So you've got a single bed here that Nadia will be sleeping on. So it's pretty much, it's a really decent sized room. So you've got all this floor space and a huge cupboard there, desk which is going to be really good for schooling. So really decent room actually. I think the only thing that I'm noticing is there's not a huge amount of natural sunlight, but it is what it is. So a very decent sized room here. And then moving back into here, you have got the, let's call it the master bedroom. So a really decent sized room. So you can see all of the ground space that you've got here in the room. There's just one large, I'm guessing that's a king size bed, it's massive. Some tables, a huge cupboard here, a TV, which is amazing for watching stuff on, a huge mirror, and again kind of a desk space here, and then a balcony that looks out into nothing. But we've got a balcony and some airspace and a balcony. So a really decent sized room. Like I said, we rented it for 230, I think, for 7 nights, and it's pretty much got everything. 2 bedrooms, and actually, what is behind here? Okay, another toilet, so, and a shower. So it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, and a little dining area, 2 balconies and some storage. So pretty decent place, I would say, for the price. We're gonna scope out some of the areas and see things to do in Cebu, but that will be in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.